From air quality concerns, mold to allergens, the law, and insurance, we cover it all right here on Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell.
All right. And welcome to the show. Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell, building damage experts, live every Saturday right here. Hold on a second. What is up with our studio audience over here? They're very just lightly excited for our presence today.
Very polite. Polite would be at best.
I was thinking I said super light
today.
I
I think they were being a little bit subdued. Hey, come on, guys. Let's hear it again.
Get back up again. Okay, let's start Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell here. Come on, guys. Building damage experts. We got Hans Kennon here, too, for crying out loud. Come on.
Let's turn on those applause signs there, will you? Do something.
Yeah.
Need a fluffer.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to get him ready.
You can act like a man.
Jeez. Anyways, man. All right. Thank you guys for joining us on our show every Saturday right here, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Contractor Talk with Richie Kidwell, live on iHeartRadio, 94.1 FM if you're listening to us locally, or 540 a.m. here in the Central Florida, Orlando area. If you do download the iHeartRadio app, you do have to select the correct one. It is the News Talk Orlando 94.1 selection, and then you'll be able to listen to us 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Saturday. Flip on over to Facebook and like us there. Follow us. You'll be able to see our podcast. And now we do it both ways, podcast and audio. We stream the audio on every Saturday and we tape it throughout the week. So we're not live on the radio. We're live on the podcast. So we do encourage you to go over to our Facebook page, shoot us a message on maybe a topic you'd like us to talk about. We do talk a lot about insurance related claims. We talk about building damages that you may have. We talk about mold, we talk about the laws. We have our in-house attorney here who's with Morgan & Morgan, Hans Kennon. And so if you do have a question specifically maybe about your policy or dispute with your carrier, please shoot us a message there through Facebook. We'll be happy to talk about it. And or if you leave your contact information, we'll be happy to give you a call and we'll stream it, tape it here on the podcast and stream it on the weekends there. All right. So thanks again for joining us today. Again, we have Hans Kennon with Morgan & Morgan. We have so many of these in the drum. I keep saying Morgan so you can kind of rifle
the bully's bully.
There you go.
We have so many. I mean, we could go retro if you want. I really like the retro guy. Where did he go? He's gone.
You need financial
Morgan
compensation.
and Morgan, America's largest.
He's still my favorite. I mean, we definitely have
financial compensation.
In fact, I was kind of mad at you this weekend. I walked around with this stupid song in my head. The whole thing, it just got stuck in there like an earworm.
What are you thinking about? This one?
This one, yeah.
The whole thing. It's very, very catchy.
You never know when you have to call Hans, right? I mean, it's
right.
I like to call him when I
You need financial compensation.
Well,
that's the main thing, when I need that cheddar.
That's right. These other guys, I mean, if you're in a wreck, you call Hans, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, and no matter
You're
what,
in a wreck,
if you're
you need a check, call Hans.
There you go. Why is that not in the actual lyrics? Why is that not in the lyrics?
I don't know.
It should be.
I mean, it should be actually. We should rewrite the song. Make it all about Hans.
There we go.
There you go.
All right.
You need financial compensation.
So, speaking of Hans, you were reading this article over here. I'd love to start the show with a possibility, what doesn't look like much of a possibility, that our governor will leave the state of Florida, giving us the chance to fix the shenanigans in the property insurance world here. But you had some a funny article over there. I'd love to hear it.
No, it's good. And actually, it's from USA Today, no less. So it's not like it's some off-brand paper. It says, it seems the governor might want to focus less on the question, how can I stop wokeness, and more on, why am I losing to someone who keeps getting arrested? Which, if you think about it, actually is pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like, and you can see that, and I think that's what Trump was running all over. Like, nobody owns me. Look at my donations. They're all $5, $10, $20 from millions and millions of people, rather than having one or two streams of PAC funds given to you, like DeSantis. I mean, you saw it. He got $100 million after that major law change, the tort reform bill that came out. Wasn't there another 250 million pledged to him?
I believe there is, and based on his going forward, I think if he wins the primary. Another thing, just out of fun, beyond the polling, he's like 30 points under Trump. DeSantis' early presidential campaigning has shown Americans a man who doesn't seem to enjoy presidential campaigning and who struggles to laugh in a way that replicates traditional human behavior. That's some pretty acerbic writing for the folks at USA Today. I have to say, recently a couple dozen people gathered outside Walt Disney World in Orlando carrying signs supporting DeSantis. Now, this would otherwise seem good, but others in the group were waving swastika flags. I swear to God, is what it says, making the whole affair what political strategists call a little bit too Nazi-ish. So yeah, I think you got to go no Nazis if you're going to win the election. But literally, those are three things out of this article from yesterday from USA Today regarding the governor's campaign.
That's interesting. It's not good news for us. Not only did he screw us in a way of that, he presented a bill through our legislature. I'm saying through him, we have lost our legislature this year. We will lose them again next year because it's the same group, the same mix. It's the same Senate president this year as it is next year. Every 2 years, the seats switch up, and maybe we'll have a Senate president and a House speaker with a backbone that won't bow down to the governor. That's not how it works. The legislators legislate the laws, then they give it to the governor for a thumbs up and a signing or a veto. That's the way it's supposed to work. The governor is not supposed to inject themselves into the rulemaking authority here. And this is what pisses me off about it is he was bought and paid for by the insurance companies. And right when they had the right mix of legislators in here, that's when he went in for the jugular. That's when he went in and changed four different times. We had 2 special sessions, an early bill that was jammed down everybody's throat. The very first day of the session came up in March. And then you had this, oops, I did it. I didn't want to go that far, but an oopsie bill called the Insurance Accountability Bill that, funny enough, the same senator filed that bill filed the major tort reform bill that just pulled the jugular out. And he's the one that said, this is my bill and I did this. And then it's like he woke up a month later and was like, oops, I screwed everybody. It's like good. It was clearly Governor DeSantis's work. It clearly came from the governor's office. Nobody's denying it except for that one poor Senator Hudson who lied in front of everybody and said, this is my bill. This is what I wanted to do. It was absolutely Governor DeSantis. He had the right setup, got everything he wanted this year. He'll get whatever he wants next year as well, to the point to where that he got it. The law passed that said that even though it just passed a couple of years ago, that he did not have to step down, that he had to step down as governor if he ran for president. 10 days before he announced his presidency or candidacy for president, he has to resign and step down from being the governor of the state of Florida. And that's to stop what exactly is happening right now is he's taking the attention away from him on the state of Florida because he's in Iowa. He's in these other states that don't matter crap to Floridians here, but yet he's there running for president and not doing anything about the state of Florida. And as add insult to injury, he got that bill passed. He signed it, and then the next day he announced he's running for president. And then also the bill he got passed that nobody really knows too much about, but says that he doesn't have to disclose him or his cabinet's expenses. And it's just like he's just doing whatever he wants. Now we have this BS this year, and he's not going to win president, right? So now we're stuck with him because he passed the bill and signed the bill that he doesn't have to step down. We're stuck with him for another 2 years in a dictatorship, which is just going to get worse and worse. So, I mean, I'm just, beside myself on what to do. I've had a restorer call me and said, hey, do I need to be a managed care provider now because independent contractors are just being phased out? They got phased out of windshields as well, too. This past year, it's like they got everything they wanted in a bag of chips, which is taking out the independent contractors so the insurance companies can control the markets.